I'm on a break right now. I'll get back to video making when I'm done. You'll have to forgive me for the facial hair. I had an injury about maybe a week and a half ago. Tripped and fell when I was walking out to work early in the morning. Fell right on my chin and just split that thing right open. So I'm still waiting for it to heal before I get a chance to properly shave. I'm not a fan of my facial hair personally. I think it doesn't look all that great. It's all gross, patchy, and has some really bad curls on the cheek area. It's Tuna, by the way, don't get too excited. Channel's been going pretty good, all things considered. I mean, the subscriber count has definitely slowed down by a lot, but I mean, the view count's still consistent and quite high, all things considered. You know, assuming it's not a pulling video or it's something Girls Frontline 2 related, but that's to be expected, you know. People mostly come from my more critical thought pieces. They're not really there to just see someone just start pulling stuff or playing through a woo-wah story. Wouldn't mind if, you know, my GFL2 stuff got off the ground, but there's not really much to cover with GFL2. It's all mostly been figured out since it's been, you know, the CN version is about several months to a year out from the global version, so most stuff is already figured out, and there's already like an established content creators in that space already. So if I did want to try and get some more views on those videos, I would definitely have to dedicate myself, but I'm more interested in talking about my more general topics personally, but I'd still like to put some stuff out occasionally. Wonder how many people are going to jump the gun when they see my title for the video and the thumbnail. Oh, that'll be fun to see. Gotta be honest, not really feeling it with Wuthering Waves or Zenless Zone Zero right now. A little while ago, I was thinking of how I would adjust the gacha games I play when Arknight's Enfield comes out. Don't think I really changed what I want to do. I'm still thinking I'm sticking to the plan of when Arknight's Enfield comes out, I'm just going to focus on that and Girls Frontline 2. But I guess since now I make YouTube videos, I guess it couldn't hurt to keep Wuthering and Zenless Zone Zero installed anyway, so I can still cover it for topics that might pique my interest. But for the most part, I do want to just fully dedicate myself to those two unless anything happens to change down the line.
The increasingly more important need to fit in with the groupthink and the amount of people who get ostracized for not fitting in with groupthink. And so what happens is that people are taught not to critically think because critical thinking will lead them to conclusions that bring them against the established dogma of their worldview.
Now, what does that remind me of? I gotta finish up these beer can chicken Pringles. Bought a few of them for about like maybe 2 weeks ago. Never got around to finish eating all of them. This flavor is not great. I wish my store sold the flavor where it's actually slow braised beef. I've seen that one discussed on Reddit a lot, and of the three, it seems like this one is like that one is like the most overwhelmingly popular of the beer can chicken flavors. The other one's bratwurst, which I mean I don't like, but my brother liked, so yeah. Started following a lot more creators about 2 weeks ago to try and get more in touch with the climate and the environment that I make videos in the gacha space. And one of the people I followed was Captain Cabinetz. First thing that I got shown as from following her as a post was a cat image, and at the bottom of the frame was just a woman's bust. I'm going to assume it's hers. And I was at work when it was happening. Note to self: if I'm ever opening Twitter, be very mindful of anything Cap posts. Been in a few of her streams. I'd say it's definitely not my kind of environment personally. It's definitely more on the chaotic side. Definitely more rowdy than what I'm used to or what I prefer in terms of social media environments. I definitely would like to have more opportunities to hang out in Gacha Smack's community. I definitely do think of anyone in the space right now. He's definitely the one that I think could be the best representative, since Tectone is no longer like here all the time. I mean, he's still here, but he doesn't have the same direct hand in everything that's going on. So I think Smack would definitely be a great representative just because of how well the guy presents himself. You know, he's very physically fit. He's got a loving wife and 2 kids. Congratulations on your second kid, by the way. And he definitely presents his content in like the most level-headed out of like anyone in the space. So if anyone should like take up the reins, I definitely would put my vote towards Mr. Smack. Not really spent much time with in Glaive Kiyo's community. I've been to his stream or two, and the energy he presents on live streams is definitely much different than what you would expect from his videos, especially if you watch more of his overly critical stuff, where he's a lot more energetic and loud in those videos, whereas in his live streams, he's definitely a lot more reserved and more quiet. He still has those bursts of, I wouldn't say anger, but maybe he's just like kind of playing it up for his audience on live streams. But for the most part, it's definitely the most slow burner, for lack of a better word, live stream of the ones that I've hung out around. Also, I feel like if you're going to call yourself the #1 Kuro bot, it would probably help if you had the highest analytics of any Kuro bot in the space. These are all titles at the end of the day, and the fact of the matter is, if you want a title to stick, you need as many people as possible to refer to you by that title. And sorry, Glaive, but I think Saint has you beat on that one. I've hung around with Ethan for a while, and I'm kind of surprised why people claim him to be something of a rage baiter. Out of everyone that I've spent time around or talked to, he's definitely the most forgiving and understanding out of anyone that I've really seen in the gacha space. Every time he always prefaces it like he doesn't have any beef with them, or sometimes he even goes as far as to say that he likes them. So he's definitely a lot more empathetic with other people within the space, even if those people like to butt heads with other people all the time. It did take a while for me to adjust to how Ethan reacts to videos when he was watching some of mine, because he keeps alerts on and he still engages with chatters sometimes when videos are open, or maybe he'll like do a thing or two on another tab. But I've learned to adjust, and it's just how he does it. I personally prefer the way like Asmongold does it, where he goes out of his way to pause the video and then actually have like long conversations about said topic. Now Ethan of course does that, something that I needed to adjust to over time. It's not too bad. I haven't really hung around with Aithoma like barely or at all, but I do have a little bit of concern for his situation as specifically a drama channel, or a channel that likes to cover specifically any kind of drama, because he's got like 10 or 11k subscribers, and yet his videos lately have been struggling to try and like reach half that in views. He did put out like a tweet about maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago about if he's wondering if the algorithm is trying to bury his content or he was shadow banned or something. I just responded back just basically saying, hey, I don't think drama content is maybe a good fit for your channel at your subscriber count. And drama content is definitely, if you're not the first one to cover drama, then you need to be someone that people want to like actually watch drama coverage from. I hope Aithoma can get his situation sorted out. Now, if he's just doing all this for fun, then don't listen to what I'm saying, like not one bit, and just keep going on about with doing what you want to do. I wish him the best, of course. You know what really gets me actually is Blazeon, because we kind of started video making roughly around the same time, and he's got like more than double my subscriber count. Now I know exactly why he has doubled the subscriber count. It's because he covers one particular game, so he's got a consolidated base of viewers, whereas I just kind of cover general topics and or variety, so I'm kind of more spread out. Also, I piss people off a lot more than Blazeon does, like easily. But I don't think I'll ever be like changing things around, but still, it does kind of irk me a little bit, but that's just how it is. I'm just gonna have to build up my base a lot slower if that's how I choose to approach my content creation. Though, let me just glaze the man for a bit and just flash up this Sub-Zero cosplay that he did for his 5k subscriber goal. This is fantastic. Man, I can't wait to see what other cosplays he has in mind for different sub goals. When I first made my Saintontas critique and I needed the thumbnail, I actually took the thumbnail from his April Fools, where he was quote unquote quitting Wuthering Waves. And I wanted to try and use Photoshop to try and crop out the image. And well, first off, I wasn't even using Adobe Photoshop. I was using GIMP. GIMP's tools wasn't really working out for trying to crop out his head from the image. So I took the thumbnail and I put it in ChatGPT. This was my first time using ChatGPT, by the way. And I just asked it to crop out the person in the image. What I wasn't expecting the software to do was to crop him out and then like smoothen over his complexion on the image and then like trim up his hair at the top. And it definitely does give him like a bit of like this weird plasticky look to it. I think it also made his cheeks just a little bit chubbier, which I find kind of funny. I think it looks pretty good, all things considered, despite being edited by AI. And I've already used it a few times, so like there's no going back. Okay, I swear, if I have to eat any more of these, I'm actually just gonna crash out. There's another tube of these in my kitchen. I might just have to trash these. I just can't stand the taste of these anymore. That was just a failed venture. I don't know why I'm even trying to eat more of these. Is that it? All right. Break's over. Back to work.